This video, I played Scribbler with Grace and it was hilarious. Afterwards, I interviewed her about praying for other people. So basically in Scribbler, Grace is drawing something and I don't know what that word is and I have to try guess it. Is that some sort of cat? It's a pink panther. I have this interesting word. You know that that squirrel from Ice Age? Scrat.
Oh, hey.
What is that? Looks like the Polish flag. Is it Poland? Oh, it's France.
That is not France. Are you
I don't know
kidding
my
me?
flags, apparently.
France.
France? France.
It's France.
What is 5 letters and then 3 letters in it? Is that like some sort of cat with a mustache?
Everyone is screaming it at home.
Okay, it's Peppa Pig. Have you seen the meme where like she has 4 eyes?
What the heck is that?
Hey, my art
This is not art.
This is the ugliest looking mouth I've ever drawn. No, it's not a mouth, but... Okay, what is that?
That's a tooth, I think. Oh!
There you go. Is it just black? A UFO?
Alright, I'll help you out.
Oh, you know how on like Spotify there's this shuffle thing and then there's also like the other one. Yeah, it's like another word for loop.
Recycle?
Recycle?
What is it?
Your character is so angry.
Yeah, my character is obviously very angry because that's how I am in real life.
Repeat. Oh, I know what that is. It's a hippie sign. Okay, it's a peace sign. What am I looking at, Grace? Grace, what have you drawn?
I don't think that is possible.
Is it a thumb? I'm so confused. Oh, I see. It's a loser. Okay, I'm gonna draw the funniest picture ever.
The eyes should not be that far apart.
Yay. Alright guys, now I have a few interview questions to ask Grace. So first up, who is cuter, alright? Sam or Will? Sam Bhagwana. And you have to answer why. You have to give a thorough explanation as to why.
Well, if you use the word cuter, I'll have to go with Sam Bhagwana because technically he's younger than me, so it's definitely much.
So you're just saying he's cuter only because on the pure basis that he's younger than you, no other reason.
Yeah, definitely no other reason.
Okay, Grace. I want you to share an experience when you prayed for someone. Maybe tell me a story about how it went.
I used to get this bus home after school. My first day of year 7, this family get on and then there's a mum and she comes onto the bus. She looks really, really tired, really, really exhausted. And I just heard this voice in my head, like, pray for the mum. So being the 12-year-old I was like, okay.
Wow, that must have been terrifying though. Like just going up to a complete stranger like,
well,
hey, can I pray for you?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I did not go up to her. It was just like a personal prayer.
Oh, so you didn't actually go up to her in person though?
No. But anyway, yeah, I continually prayed for this mum until I was 16. So until the middle of year 10.
Wow, like continually, you just like,
Yeah.
she was always on your mind and you just...
Yeah,
Wow.
So every time I would see her on the bus, which was for years after school every day, I would just, you know, pray for her and like she always came on just really, really tired. Anyway, I eventually moved away and I moved to a different suburb, so I didn't have to get that bus anymore. And then a few months after that, I was at the shops and I remember hearing this really loud laugh. So I turn around and I look and it's the mum and her 2 kids. And she looked so happy and like excited and you know, that I feel like that was just like God telling me with like peace of mind of like the prayers were worth it. It was just a really, really blessed moment.
That's so heartwarming.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Wow, that's actually amazing to see like how God has like shown you a physical like change from your prayers in like especially in someone else to be able to bless someone like that. That's so encouraging. I really love that, Grace.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing that. My next question is, what are the top 3 hacks for someone when praying for them?
Top 3 hacks. My first one would be that if you're like in person with someone and you're praying with them, whatever that reason is, you know, whatever's going on in their life, I think like something you could say is like, not mine, but your will be done, Lord. And that's something that my mum taught me. And you're probably familiar with like not your, like your will be done and stuff that's derived from the Lord's Prayer. This means that you are surrendering this, You're surrendering your will and theirs to God's will for the person you're praying for. And then my second one would be that silence is actually a good thing. Obviously, when you're praying, it's really, really important that you're making a connection with God through talking and listening for his voice. But I think that sometimes silence can have a negative connotation related to it. But, you know, for me, I believe that God still works in silence. So don't let silence discourage you, because God still works in that and he's still doing good stuff in that. And then my third one is just to be honest in all ways possible. You can also just be honest with the person with what you're praying for them for.
Yeah, just being honest and open to whoever you're talking to and praying for, to share with them, I guess.
Yeah.
And do you like share with, let's say, if you're praying for someone who's maybe having a hard time, would you usually maybe share about, you know, the issues that you've been going through yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like it's definitely, I find it helpful for me when people share their own experience. So I usually do the same thing, kind of making a connection with that person. Like you've both been through something, you both need a prayer for different reasons, whatever that is, it's good to make that connection.
Sure. And let's mix it up with the spicy question. What is the one thing you absolutely hate, like just so much? You just can't deal with it and you just hate it so much.
Something that actually genuinely frustrates me so much to the point where I actually cannot handle it is people who don't make their bed in the morning. If I do one thing right in a day, I want that to be making my bed. So people who don't do that, change it.
Now for our final question. So Grace, how can we pray for our non-Christian friends?
This is a tough one. You know, I think praying for our non-Christian friends can be really, really, like a really hard situation. Personally, my advice would be another one of my hacks. Be really honest and open with them. I had a friend in high school and he was going through really, really tough times and he wasn't a Christian, but every day at school, I went up to him and I said, "Hey, I was praying for you last night. How are you feeling? How's everything going today?" Just being really honest with him. The thing is, every day for months he would laugh at me. But eventually, after months of persisting through this, he then told me one day, he was like, "Grace, I actually had a really bad dream last night." But because obviously I had been laying down these seeds of like being really honest, he felt really comfortable to tell me that. Moral of the story is that eventually he did let me pray for him. Some things you can do could be, you know, asking God, can you show them a vision or a sign, or even show me a sign or a vision for them. It's definitely something you need to be honest with yourself about, and them if you want to, and God as well.
Wow, I really love that like story that you shared. Like, just keep going, because there's always going to be a reason why God is, you know, giving you the opportunity to pray for them. Yeah. Don't forget about your challenge, guys. Remember, each Connect group has to get the most amount of steps by the end of this month. So remember to screenshot your steps each day so you can add them up by your Connect group and win the challenge.
Don't forget to stay tuned for next week with William Bargwanna, our special guest.